heavy duty. So today I thought I would talk about a few things, I guess. But the major thing is my prediction. Who I think's gonna win tomorrow in the MMA fight. There's an MMA fight against this guy named, I don't know how to say his name right, but I think it's Hokit. And he's fighting this guy named Curtis Blaydes. So it's going to be a pretty interesting fight. This Hokit guy, so far he's won every fight. And he talks a lot of smack. So I'm sure a lot of people want to see him lose. But I don't think he'll lose this time. I think he'll win. Because Curtis Blaydes has already lost a few fights. And I don't know, that can kind of like mess with your confidence. And when you're undefeated, I think a lot of fighters, they just keep winning up until a point. And then it's like they get tired of winning. So they lose. They kind of like, I guess, sabotage themselves. And they've won a lot. Like, I think that's why Khabib quit, because I think he felt like he was getting to that point where the weight on his shoulders to win was too much. And he kept doubting himself more and more. Because, you know, he was even talking about it, how nobody can go undefeated forever. Like, so you're gonna lose eventually. So he didn't want to experience that, because he was like, you know, 30-0. So I think that this Hokit guy, he's only got like maybe 10 fights, 11 fights, I don't know, something like that. So I don't think he's burnt out yet. I think he still has the hunger. But anything could happen, you never know. But yeah, speaking of fighting, I just booked my trip and bought my first 2 weeks of accommodation in Thailand. Cost me almost $2,000. It's so expensive right now. Last year around the same time, I spent like, I don't know, like a little over 1,000 for the same trip. Yeah, it's no longer affordable to travel to Thailand. The only reason I'm going and not saving money is because I prioritize training and fighting. Otherwise, you know, I would be here saving my money and, you know, trying to prepare for the worst. The way the current state that the world's in, but fighting is my number one thing in life. I wouldn't be able to function without it, so. Fighting in Thailand. My goal is to fight in Rotterdam or Lumpini Stadium one day. So I'm going to prioritize that until it happens. I almost got to fight in Rotterdam last year, but it wasn't meant to be, so I'm going to have to keep on keeping on until it happens. Get more experience. I've already seen a lot of people fight in Rotterdam that weren't even that skilled, so if they can do it, then I think I'll get my chance eventually. But man, I was so bummed out that I didn't get to fight in Rotterdam last year. But it's going to be interesting traveling to Thailand with all the drama going on in the world right now. I don't think I'm going to go out for anything but fighting, honestly. Training and fighting. Last year I was in Thailand and I nearly got arrested just for walking to the 7-Eleven. The cops just came out of nowhere and searched me, and I didn't have my passport on me because I don't take it with me because I don't want to lose it. And they were like, one of them was trying to take me in because I didn't have my passport. It's crazy. So, gotta be really careful sometimes, especially right now. Because what they're gonna do is they, not all of them are, you know, they don't get paid very much for one, so. They don't make, I think the average cop makes like $300 a month. $300 to $400, so. They make most of their money, you know, sad to say, but they make a lot of their money from exploiting us foreigners. Like they know that there's something they can take us in for if they bother us. There's like, well, they can basically take you in for anything. That's like, the cops have a lot of power over there. So they find something, you get scared, and then they'll tell you, okay, we'll let you go if you give us like 3,000 baht or something, 300, 3,000, you know. Depends on their mood, I guess. I saw it right in front of me. This Spanish guy, he was, you know, I think he used the restroom on the street, and the police officer saw him, and they told him he had to pay like 500 baht, I think. Otherwise, they were taking him to the station, which he'll probably have to pay even more. But he was like, no, I'm not paying it. So they arrested him and took him to the station. I told him, I was like, you should just give them the money, man. Trust me, if you don't, you're going to have a lot more difficult situation. Plus, it's not safe in Thai jails, for one. Like, if you just pay them the baht, you'll save yourself not only danger, but you'll save yourself a headache. And probably even more money. Time. So, my advice to anyone that ever has any problems with the police in Thailand, just give them what they want. You'll make your life a lot easier. But yeah. So I booked an Airbnb when I was there because the hotel I usually stay in is like well, it's not that expensive compared to the US, but it's more expensive than it is in than it was last year. Just like my tickets. Oh man, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to deal with this. Prices going up double every year. How are people supposed to keep up with that? Like, that's ridiculous. Inflation. I'm not gonna be able to afford to go to Thailand anymore if this continues on. I'm gonna have to stay here and fight here, I guess. I might be able to afford it like one more year, but if it continues at the current state, it's bye-bye Thailand. Bye-bye dreams of fighting in Rotterdam. But oh well. So I made some bread yesterday. I don't know if you're watching. I had a lot of trouble with it. But I added more flour and fixed the problem, but it was sticking to my hands. Oh my gosh. Super stressful. But I cooked it. Like the video was only till, I don't know, it was like halfway to the process where you let it rise. So I let it rise and I had to cut it off, but the bread came out pretty good actually. But now I know a little bit better on how to make bread. Yeah, this Hokit guy, going back to MMA, he talks a lot of crap about a lot of people. He was talking crap about the Prohaska guy, some guys that he fought. I bet a lot of people are betting against him. I bet a lot of people are against him. But that's marketing in a nutshell. The more smack you talk, the more tickets you sell, basically. So I started growing amaranth and it's taking forever to sprout. I think I buried the seeds too deep or something. I'll give it like a week and then I'll retry and use some different seeds and bury them less deep. But plants are very picky, you know. I've dabbled in planting before and it is It sounds like it should be easy, but it's not that easy. It's interesting because samurais in Japan, you would think like all they focused on was fighting and combat and stuff like that. But they actually were taught a variety of disciplines, and one of them was planting. I think another was cooking. Yeah, they were expected to know a lot of things. I'm not comparing myself to samurais, but I think that it's a good skill to know how to plant food. Know how to plant in general. I'm trying to learn how to plant with as minimum resources as possible. So that if I'm ever forced to live off grid, like in Alaska or something, or in a desert, I don't know, I'll at least have some survival skills. I mean, back in the day, before they had Amazon, before they had, 24-hour delivery, you had to prepare everything. I mean, before they had supermarkets you could walk to that were a block away, everything at your fingertips. You had to cook your own food, you had to grow your own food. I mean, at one point you had to build your own house. You had to make your own clothes even. Whoa, when the Dutch first settled in New York, or New Amsterdam, what they called it back then. It was basically do it yourself. That was the key to survival. Everything you did yourself. So I think it's pretty important to have some do-it-yourself skills, Cooking, planting, fighting. I mean, even just taking care of yourself. Knowing what to eat. There's some people that don't even know how to do that. Knowing how to live in this world as efficiently as possible. Survival skills, basically. Yep. Key to survival. Some people think all you gotta do is go to college, get a degree. You'll be taken care of. But that strategy isn't too reliable these days. What does this say? Corrosion? That looks like, this picture in the background kind of reminds me of like future Tokyo. There's actually an anime that came out like back in the day. It's like 50 minutes long. It's called Neo Tokyo. It looks a lot like the movie Akira, but it's different. But anyway, we have approached to 20 minutes, so that's usually when I cut it off. So you heard me, I made my prediction. I'll see you guys later, next time.